Okay, we're going to talk about something that's a huge source of stress, especially when you're a student: money. More specifically, how in the world do you build a financial safety net when your budget already feels like it's stretched to its absolute limit? Let's figure this out. So, picture this. You're in the library, it's late, you're deep into a study session, and then your screen just goes black. For good. Your heart just drops, right? That huge final paper you've been grinding on for weeks, it's trapped on there. This isn't just some made-up scenario. This is the kind of small disaster that feels like a full-blown catastrophe when you're a student. And suddenly, you're stuck. Your only choices are what? Borrow money from your parents or friends, which feels awful, or slap it on a credit card and worry about that high-interest debt later. Both options are pretty terrible. This is the stressful reality of not having any kind of financial buffer. So, how do so many of us end up in this exact spot? Well, it usually comes down to this one really common mistake in how we think about money. Let's call it the waiting to save trap. This probably sounds familiar, right? We all tell ourselves, oh, I'll get serious about saving after I graduate, or once I get that better paying job. But the reality is, as our income goes up, our expenses have a funny way of going up right along with it. A nicer apartment, a few more nights out, better stuff. It's called lifestyle inflation, and it's the reason you can feel like you're always living paycheck to paycheck no matter how big that paycheck gets. And this really gets to the heart of it. For most of us, not being able to save isn't because we don't earn enough money, it's because we haven't built the habit of saving yet. It's a behavior thing, not about the exact dollar amount on your pay stub. But here is the really good news. You can build that habit and start protecting yourself, like right now. We're going to forge your very first financial shield. And this isn't about getting rich overnight. It's just about creating a little bit of defense against those small emergencies life loves to throw at us. So, what is this shield? It's a mini emergency fund, and its purpose is super, super specific. This isn't for a vacation. It's not for a new phone. It is a dedicated stash of cash designed to turn a full-blown crisis, like that broken laptop, into what's just a manageable inconvenience. Now, I'm sure you've heard the advice to save up 6 months' worth of living expenses. For a student, that number is so huge it's just paralyzing. It makes you want to give up before you even begin. So for now, I want you to completely forget that number. Just push it out of your head. Instead, let's focus on this: $500. That's it. This isn't just some random number. It's enough to cover a broken phone, or a surprise textbook that costs a fortune, a last-minute plane ticket home for a family emergency, or a new hard drive. It's a goal that feels real and, maybe most importantly, totally achievable. Because here's the secret. Hitting that first $500 goal isn't really about the money. It's about proving to yourself that you can save. It's about breaking that mental loop of always being at zero. That is the real victory here. All right, you're ready to build it. But where is this money actually going to come from? Let's break it down into 5 really practical steps. Okay, but before we even get to the steps, we have to find the cash. Most of us have what I like to call silent leaks in our budget. I mean, think about it. That late-night food delivery, the streaming service you totally forgot you were still paying for, the daily coffee run. Each one seems small, but when you add them all up, they are a huge drain. This is where your savings is hiding. Okay, here's the action plan. First, just set your goal. That small, achievable $500. It's your starting line. Second, find the hidden money. Just pick 2 or 3 of those silent leaks we just talked about and decide to redirect that cash into your savings instead. Third, and this one's a game changer, use reverse saving. We'll talk more about that in a second. Fourth, make it invisible. Automate a small transfer so the saving happens without you even thinking about it. And finally, number 5, add what we call windfall boosts. Any extra cash you get, birthday money, or refund check from school, a piece of that goes straight into the fund to speed things up. This right here shows you the power of that reverse savings trick. The old way is you get paid, you spend on everything you need to, and then you just hope there's something left over to save, which, let's be honest, is usually zero. The smart way completely flips that. The second you get paid, you move a little bit into savings first. You pay yourself before you pay anyone else. And you know what? Your brain just adapts to living on what's left. It's such a simple but really powerful psychological hack. Now, once you start doing this, something pretty amazing begins to happen. And it goes way beyond just having a few $100s sitting in a bank account. You start to get your hands on the real prize. Because honestly, building this fund isn't really about the money itself. The cash is just the tool. The real change is what that tool gives you. What it gives you is options. Yeah, that's the word. When your tire goes flat, you have the option to just get it fixed right away without panicking. When a cool opportunity comes up that needs a little bit of cash, you have the option to say yes. You're not making decisions out of desperation anymore. And when you have options, you know what you really gain? Control. You stop being a victim of life's little hiccups. An unexpected bill is no longer a crisis that ruins your whole week. It's just a problem that you have the tools to solve. You are in the driver's seat. And this is maybe the most profound shift of all. It's a shift in your identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who's just bad with money, and you start seeing yourself as someone who's in control of their finances. That change in how you see yourself, it's more valuable than any amount of money. So I'll just leave you with this question. Think about how much mental energy you actually spend worrying about those small financial surprises. Now, just imagine all of that energy being freed up. What could you focus on? What could you go out and achieve? That freedom, that is what building this fund is really all about. And you can get started today.